So here's another example of Africans using guns to kill blacks who disagree with their lawmakers protecting whites and white interests. If people are objecting in the streets, there's no reason for you to use your guns to stop them.
The Foreign Secretary, Dominic Raab, says he's alarmed by widespread reports of civilian deaths in Nigeria and called for an end to the violence. The human rights group Amnesty International says it has received credible and disturbing evidence that Nigerian security forces shot and killed at least 12 people taking part in peaceful protests last night in the country's largest city, Lagos.
And when I look at things, this is the number one problem. Africans willing to kill blacks just because they want to speak against what lawmakers do. It's the same reason why when you do get a lawmaker that doesn't want to take any more white money or no more Chinese money or no more Indian money, all of a sudden somebody in the military uses the gun to kill the person. Why don't you go over to Arab countries and take back some of that black land? Oh, it's not your country. Africa's a continent. Therefore, you don't want to fight Arabs. You don't want to fight whites. You don't want to fight Chinese, but you're so quick to kill black people. It should be a law in Africa not to kill blacks.
For weeks now, there have been demonstrations against police brutality across Africa's most populous country. Protesters accuse the now disbanded Special Anti-Robbery Squad, or SARS, of torture. Nigeria's president has appealed for calm while the army has denied any involvement.
Again, you got African soldiers being turned on by killing other blacks. See, Africa will be fixed once all of Africa see themselves as black. When that century happens, centuries from now, when Africans let go of this tribal stuff and this I'm from this country and you from that country and really see themselves as black, we'll stop all this. But here we go, some people objecting in the streets peacefully, and the robbery people come over to start killing. If ain't nobody breaking into nothing, ain't nobody robbing nothing, why do you even have a gun? Doesn't even make sense.
An indefinite curfew has been imposed on several regions, including Lagos, from where our correspondent, Mayeni Jones, sent this report.
A city in chaos. Across Lagos, buildings have been torched and sporadic clashes have erupted. This is what sparked the outcry. Soldiers shooting unarmed protesters in the country's largest city.
Black soldiers killing black people with no weapons. This has been the century-old thing, even in the days of spears. Even when you look at the days of Shaka Zulu, Africans getting turned on by killing other blacks who have no weapons. Africans being excited about killing other Africans who are not carrying any weapons. See, in Africa, century after century, history lesson after history lesson, there's something mentally wrong with the African that wants to kill blacks, assassinate blacks, but run from Arabs. Kill blacks, assassinate blacks, but kiss the feet of Chinese. Kill blacks, hunt blacks down, but do it all for the white man. This has been the problem. This has been a problem. Now, these guys were supposed to be from the robbery squad. If you're from the robbery squad, why are you out at a protest where nobody's near a building robbing nothing? This is the problem. This has always been the problem. Africans enjoy killing blacks, but will run from Arabs.
They are shooting at us. They are shooting.
What happened here on Tuesday night has deeply unsettled Nigerians. This is not the first time the army has been accused of shooting innocent protesters, but the fact that it happened here in what was one of the most peaceful protest sites in NSAS has ignited an already volatile situation.
Not the first time African soldiers have killed other blacks just for voicing opposition against their leaders. And you know, we allow Africans to come to America and wag their finger at what ADOS people are doing. This is the critique people don't want us to point out. This is why they hide behind O'Shea. They hide behind Dynas Demir, because they don't want to have these greater conversations. Hey, why is this happening? Oh, when you come to America, don't critique the Africans. I mean, when you come to Africa, don't critique the Africans. Why not? Anyway, this is insane. This is why Africa for centuries, not even decades, centuries, has had this problem. They willing to kill other blacks for white approval.
What started off as a protest against police brutality has widened to calls for change in the status quo and inequality.
We the poor, we are suffering. We can't afford to eat 3 meals square. We are doing our process. Nobody was even out. We obey the law. Why must they send soldiers to harm us?
If they can't put this nation in order, let them step aside. Let you take over and put this nation in order. We need a betterment of this nation.
They should fix our economy. They should be accountable to us. We don't want police.
The first thing you got to do is stop calling yourself Nigerians. That's a white woman's name for your Nok empire. That's a white woman's name for your Nok empire. NOK. First of all, you need to see yourself as NOK people, Nok people from Nok empire. You're all these tribal things is destroying your concept of being black. That would help you.
Brutalizing or molesting citizens of Nigerians anymore.
This is a protest that was born on social media.
These are the bullets that were falling by our side.
More than half of the country is under 24.
And that's the whole thing. The African government is more than happy to kill blacks in effort to keep whites in control. Let me say it again. Africans are lawmakers love killing blacks. And if people object, here come the guns. But we can't say that. We're not allowed to tell you the truth, because if we tell you the truth, then people feel like you hating on Africa. No, got to tell the truth about this stuff.
Last night's events were broadcast online, and the NSAS hashtag has galvanized support.
I would say Nigerian government, you guys are a shame to the world for killing your own citizens, sending military to the street to kill unarmed protesters because they are protesting for their rights. It's uncalled for.
Nigeria has been a dictatorship for almost half of its life as an independent nation. Many of its citizens worry Tuesday's events echo the dark days of military rule, and they're determined to make sure that doesn't happen. Miney Jones, BBC News, Lagos.
And this is why I quote the history of Africa a lot, because, you know, it all comes down to Africans don't realize that they're black. Africans are so caught up in these tribes that white people have created through the years. You go back and look at the Nok Empire, there were not all these tribes. These tribes came after white people came in. And one group got more white appeasement than the other group, so they decided to call themselves a name. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to start looking into these tribal names to see where they originated from, because they're not centuries old. They've only been created since white people have been involved in African business. So, you know, donate if you wish, subscribe, share the channel. Peace.